for the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah.
How about shifting the camera stuff? I get his time to do all that.
He's a man. He can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You ought to make the big run. He's a man. I'm glad when you step on the field, man. That's who I do. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You had no work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Nah, this game is literally just getting started, and I'm amped up about it. I'm amped up about Throwback Thursday today for a lot of reasons. Name, image, and likeness has jumped off already. Got to give some love to Jackson State. Antoine Owens, him and 4 of his friends signed what is believed to be the first NCAA name, image, and likeness endorsement at midnight on the East Coast last night. They were up in New York City, and as soon as that clock hit 12, he threw that pen to that paper, and I mean it. 3 Kings Grooming has a deal with Antoine Owens of Jackson State University, and I believe 4 of his friends. So congratulations, young man. There are others out there that have deals that are coming through, and I'm happy for their families. And just like the NCAA and these schools have had to figure out other things that could go wrong, guess what? They got to figure this one out too. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm calling Dabo Swinney out. I'm calling Dabo Swinney out. Oh, but AJ is one of the most legendary coaches of all time. You know, he's a devout Christian. Let me tell you something. That don't mean what it used to mean. You tell me you're a devout Christian, I'm going to ask you, where were you on January 6th? I just want to know. I need exact whereabouts. I don't want to hear somebody else say, well, he was with me. I don't want to hear that. I need exact whereabouts on where you were January 6th, Dabo Swinney. Exact whereabouts. Like, I need imagery. Well, he don't know you anything. He sure doesn't. But he got his tail up there, and he let his mouth write a check that is behind can't cash when he said, and I quote, hold on, let me read what he said. The man said, as far as paying players, professionalizing college athletics, that's where you lose me. I'll go do something else because there's enough entitlement in this world as there is. End quote. Dabo, you on the clock. What else are you getting ready to do since you're no longer going to start, no longer going to coach now that these young people are getting money that they deserve? Oh, but there's scholarship that they deserve. We'll just call it a signing bonus. We'll call it a bonus on production. People in sales all the time get bonuses. When they blow their numbers out, they get bonuses. Those young people that made Dabo Swinney all that money so he could get, a $100 million contract, they getting a bonus now. They getting a bonus now. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not interested in Dabo Swinney's mouth of the South. Oh, he's a devout Christian. Where was he on January 6th? I need exact details. That's what I need to know. All right, let me take a break. Got somebody in the studio. I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK All New 92.3 FM.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example,
not at all.
$1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or at age 50, non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110. Guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Sample rate quotes are based off preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to apply. 800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. That's 800-298-0139.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers for America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour. Hello, this is Trey Davis.
All right, Fernand.
Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Clyde, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people. That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Give the people what they want.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Hey, this is Raven Rogers from the University of Oregon, 800 meters, NCAA, 3-time NCAA champ, art major, Spanish fluent, Houston native, right here. And you're listening to The Lunch Break.
Let me update Raven's resume. Raven Rogers, Olympian, 2021 Olympian. She finished second in the 800-meter finals, and she is on her way to Tokyo. Congratulations, Raven Rogers, our very own intern. One of the first we had on the show, and Raven Rogers is on her way to the didn't I tell you? I told y'all, but y'all want to listen to me. I mean, that's a whole nother sermon, as they say. Congratulations, Raven Rogers. Mike Patton, 82, says, I wonder what Dabo's face looking like now with this rule passing. LOL. You and me both. I want to know what you got to say now, Dabo. What happened? Well, I didn't really mean it when I said that I would be stepping away to do something else. When I said that if they start paying the play, he gonna backtrack. Dabo Swinney is gonna do his best Michael Jackson moonwalk impersonation. You know, Dabo likes to be in the locker room trying to show all the players how dope he is, how down he is, how much he can relate with the culture. Please, he gonna try to backtrack like the best of them and say that's not what I mean. But I'm just going to tell you, like somebody else would say, if it was another coach that they didn't like, if your word is no good, then bro, what kind of image are you setting for these young people? You say something like that, you better back it up, or you better get out of it sooner than later, because now he's got nowhere to go. He's got nowhere to go other than people just throwing it out and excusing it. If he had any kind of character and integrity, like y'all want me to believe that he has, then he would have said that as soon as he said this nonsense. Times change. Sometimes the stuff that you want to hold on to becomes something different and you got to adjust with it. There are people out there that still want a rotary telephone. Sorry. There are people out there that still want to put leeches on their body for blood issues. We got different stuff now. And Dabo Swinney and many of the people that control, notice I didn't say run, I said control college athletics, did not want this to happen, but I'm sorry, this time changed without them, whether they wanted to or not. And everybody's telling me it's going to be the death of college football. Trust me, if y'all survived Rick Pitino with his cheating self, if y'all survived North Carolina with their cheating selves with a whole class that nobody ever attended for 10 years and got degrees from, if y'all got through Miami, if y'all got through Michigan State, if y'all got through Jim Jordan and the stuff that went on at Ohio State, y'all will be all right through this. Y'all will be all right through this. One thing I know about America is they'll find a way to tax it and control it. One thing I know, they'll find a way to tax it and control it. So I'm sorry, I don't feel like crying. I don't feel like being upset about it. I'm happy for the young people that have gotten it, are starting to get their chicken. What did Marshawn Lynch said? Take care of your mentals and take care of your chicken. My mentals are intact. I ain't worrying about Dabo Swinney. I ain't worrying about Coach K. I ain't worrying about any of these coaches out there that swear this is going to be the end of the world. Do like Coach K, do like Roy Williams and step away. Or do like Dabo Swinney and lie and say you're going to step away, and then you come back and start moonwalking like you're Michael Jackson. All right, Keith Hennick. Hey, lunch breakers. What's up, bro? Appreciate you, Keith Hennick. All right, so anyway, that's that. Let me see. There's some other folks I'm happy for too. Let me go to my deal. I'm going to have Keisha Kelly, the queen of Black College Experience, on the show tomorrow, and she was up till 2:00 in the morning. Getting the first drop on all of these name, image, and likeness deals. So I'm going to have her on the show tomorrow in the 12 o'clock hour, and I'm excited about that. So y'all be sure and tune in for Keisha Kelly tomorrow on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Let me see. I want to check her Twitter feed because she's going to have the updates on who else is getting the name, image, and likeness deals. So I love it. And I love that meme of the North Carolina A&T coach saying, tell them, bring me my money. I like it. So congratulations to all these young people signing these deals, man. I'm really, really excited about them. I'm happy for them. And I just want to say that. Duncan Powell. Duncan Powell has signed a deal too. He's North Carolina A&T men's basketball. So it looks like the SWAC is not the SWAC, but HBCUs are well represented in this thing right out the gate. Now, I also want to know if that deal that Master P was talking about for his son is legit. He said he's got a $2 million endorsement deal signed and ready to go for his son. So we ought to be hearing about that real soon. And now I want to hear what's going to happen up at The Ohio State University, UT Longhorns. I want to hear what y'all talking about. A&M, Texas A&M. I'm trying to see what y'all talking about. You know, y'all the cream of the crop. Y'all the best of the best. Let me see what y'all gonna do for these kids. Steve Sarkisian, make sure your players eat. Jimbo Fisher, make sure your players eat. You know, you're crazy Dana Holgerson over there at U of H. Make sure your players eat. If y'all can't do that, if y'all haven't set up a department to make sure that these deals come in and get equitably put in place, then hey, you ain't worrying about your kids eating. So anyway, got a lot we got to talk about. Got to take a quick break, but man, you know we got to go to that Western Conference Finals last night. I got plenty to say about it. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball review is going to be in. We will chop it up with him as soon as he gets on. But if you want in, 281-453-1000 is the number to dial. That's 281-453-1000 if you want to get in. Again, it is the lunch break. It is the legendary KYOK. You can also text me, 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. And you can email aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com. If you're on social media, just drop it in the stream, baby. We'll post it up. We'll read it. We'll share it. Again, the rules are no cursing, no disrespect. We don't have to agree, and I value your opinion. I mean that sincerely. We don't have to agree, but we got to be respectful. All right? That's all we got. All right, we'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-219-8332. 800-219-8332. 800-219-8332. That's 800-219-8332.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. That's 800-958-2156.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire, located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
This is Jasmine Highsmith, and you're having a stop of sports with your lunch here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Man, we just one nation under a groove, getting down for the name, image, and likeness of it. That's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm talking about today. I'm serious. And if you know of any other student athletes, I'll use their terminology, student athletes that have got name, image, and likeness deals, let me know something. Let me know something, because I'm trying to see what I can help buy because they got it. I ain't got no hair, but I'm trying to be a part of the Three Kings grooming deal, because young Antoine Owens and his boys are about that endorsement life. So I'm trying to see if they got some type of hair care, moisturizer, anti-bump cream or something that I can rub on my forehead and look like I'm one of these young people. I'm down with it. I am. Willie Gibson just sent me one. I'm trying to get him to call in if he can, 281-453-1000, 281. He probably in some kind of meeting. You know, Willie Gibson, big time. You know, when he ain't on these radio airwaves and television airwaves, he's big time. So let me see if I can get him to call in and talk about a deal done up at The Ohio State University. But this is my point and what I'm saying, because, okay, no problem, Willie. He got like 5 minutes, so I'm going to take him real quick. As soon as he calls in, I'm going to take him right now. Okay, so this is him. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Willie Gibson.
I told him you big time, bro. I know you about to call the whole staff in and let them know that they need to be about this name, image, and likeness, or they got to go. So tell me about the deal that just went down at Ohio State.
Yeah, this morning, starting right tackle Nicholas Petit-Fareed signed with a company in Tampa. He's a Tampa, Florida native. So there's a company, from my understanding, they do video interviews. So scenario where they record, they send a link to a candidate. The candidate records themselves answering the interview questions, sends the link back to the decision makers, and they review it. And basically, it's a digital interview technology company that he has signed an endorsement deal with as of this morning.
I'm really happy to hear that. And again, that's one of those intellectual companies. I love it, bro. I love it. And I want to see more of us involved with those as well. So that's good, man. So Willie, give me your, in the quick minutes that you have, give me your thoughts. We always talk about player coaches. So are coaches now in a position where they need to make some opportunities for their players so that everybody can eat?
Yeah, and I can only speak for the program that I closely cover and follow. Ohio State has done that. I mean, even before this NIL phenomenon and what's been going on, Urban Meyer started something real life Wednesdays. Every Wednesday during the season, off season, in season, they bring in guest speakers. I mean, from the world of sports, corporate America, anyone, any and everyone. Kirk Herbstreit spoken there. CEO of Fortune 100 companies have spoken there, and they've always provided that opportunity to give them the flip side of the coin, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, football is great. However, you have 60, 70, 80 years beyond college football, especially those that do not go to the next level. What are you going to do? And that Real Life Wednesday program kind of facilitated that transition from college football to corporate America to any opportunity that player felt they wanted to do. The university and athletic department made sure that they were provided ample opportunity to do so.
Yeah, and I like that. And I'm not surprised to hear that up there at The Ohio State University. Now, I'm a little bit older than you, Willie. I remember back in the days when UK had the best basketball program around. And back in the day, when some other coaches were there, I'll never forget there was a player, starting point guard, I won't say his name, starting point guard was working for one of the boosters landscaping company. And he's getting paid like $100,000. And some of the coworkers are like, hey, we ain't never seen him at the job. Like, we ain't never seen him at the job. He getting this $100,000. We ain't never seen him on the land. So do you think that some of these situations will spin off into something bad, or do you think these universities are going to try and be on top of it so it stays good?
There's always opportunity for it to spin off bad. This doesn't, rectify and solve every issue. It legalizes opportunities for student athletes to profit of their name, image, and likeness. But yeah, by no means is it going to stop, because it's just not. It's the world today.
Yep.
So it's always going to be some type of unscrupulous activity that goes on. Does it minimize it? Sure, probably, but eliminate it totally? No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Dabo Swinney, man, he put his mouth where his check and wallet and his wife ain't gonna let him cash. What do you think about old coaches that have those kind of mentalities about name, image, and likeness? And do you think there are gonna be some coaches out there that, quietly as it's kept in the back rooms will be like, listen, don't be trying to take part in this. This is not gonna help you.
Nothing. What do I think about it? Nothing. It is what it is. They speak, and I choose to listen to it or not. Are they going to be in the back room dissuading student athletes? No, actually. I saw something today that I had not thought about this. Recruitment advantage for universities and colleges in 4 states. I believe it's Washington, Texas, Florida, and Oregon that have no state income tax.
Yeah, man.
So that's kind of a situation where those schools and those universities and those states can say, hey, you can go to Ohio State or you can go to Alabama, but that's 6% of your money going to state tax that you don't have to lose if you come to a university here in this state. So that's something to look into. It's something to keep an eye out for. And it's day one.
Yeah.
When we'll see as this goes on how it turns out.
I know you got to get ready to go, man, but I want to give love again to Antoine Owens from Jackson State and Three Kings Grooming out of Cincinnati, Ohio, by the way, for signing what we believe is the first name, image, and likeness deal at midnight tonight. Willie, tell everybody where they can find you and follow you with all that you do up there in Columbus, Ohio.
I appreciate the opportunity. Will Gibson 7 on social media, Instagram, Twitter. Facebook is Will Knows Podcast. Coming soon. Also, 3 Folks Talking Sports, myself, Kris Gardner, and Deanna's Friday night live stream, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
You got to give us the call-in number for that, because I need to change my voice and call in and ask some questions. He just
no
laughing.
need to change. Just call.
He laughing. I'm getting on y'all live stream. I'm gonna photobomb y'all in some kind of way. Willie, I'm messing with you, man. Have a good one, brother. Thank you for taking time to call in to us here on the lunch break, as always.
Appreciate you as well.
All right, love you, brother. All right, man, good stuff. Got another call. Hold on, let me jump over to this one real quick. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this? Hello? All right, looks like we lost him. If you called, I had you on hold. Call back 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. AJ, Dabo Swinney doesn't owe you anything, doesn't owe anybody anything. What he said was valid to him. Like you said yesterday, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not at all. I'm just saying when you put your opinion with an ultimatum, then it's no longer just an opinion. That's all I'm saying. You're right. He has a right to say it. I will fight for his right to say it. And no, he doesn't owe me anything. But he put an ultimatum. He put I'll just do something else if they start paying players. Well, guess what? Players are able to let me say it slow for some people. Players, athletes in college are now able to make money. Here's the part I want you to catch. Off of their own name, off of their own image, and off of their own likeness. EA Sports for years made millions, and if I'm overstating it, then correct me, billions off of kids, young people, off their name, off their image and off their likeness. How is that fair? Let me open up a business using your name, your image, or a animated characterization of you, and let me start making money off of it. And you just give me a rough number between 1 and 5 seconds how long it's going to take you to sue me. Before today at midnight, it was illegal for NBA, I'm getting my tongue tied. It was illegal for college athletes to make money off of their own name, their own image, and their own life. That's the craziest thing in the world in America to me. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Maria, did I get you in trouble yesterday?
No, not at all. Not at all. You didn't get me in trouble at all. Hear me when I say that. Not at all.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but you know how we roll over here. Ask me how much I care about other folks and their opinions.
I don't know if they would eat. Okay, cool. Because they're not on Facebook in a long time, so I don't know if, I was like, oh, man. But, I stand by what I said. Bill Cosby was wrong as the day is long. It's not exonerating him at all. I'm just saying, I don't have to reiterate. But as far as college players, they need to get paid.
They should have been getting paid. They should have been getting paid. Yeah.
And, of course, Texas is the last state. Not the last state, but they're crying now because, they want to be the last to jump on everything. And players are going to start going to other states and other cities, and they're going to start going to HBCUs if they start paying. They're going to go where they're paying. And if colleges don't want to pay, they're not going to be able to compete, and they're going to lose a lot of funding.
Yeah, let me just say something. If I'm a child, I'm a parent of a young person that has a chance to go to college and play sports, I'm looking at what the schools are doing. I'm looking at what UT is doing. I'm looking at what Oklahoma's doing and HBCUs. I'm looking at what Jackson State is doing and North Carolina A&T is doing. And that's how we're going to make some of our decisions because it is now a different landscape. You do things differently when things change.
Yeah, and if schools want to compete, all schools need to get on board because whatever schools are not on board, they're going to suffer an enrollment. It's going to hurt them.
Well, I wish that would be the case with Clemson. I know it's not. People are still going to run up there and put their children in the hands of Dabo Swinney and let him. I'm not going to say exploit them because they have a great program and they
so
get
you don't think. Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
You don't think Roll Tide will jump on board? You think that they're Clemson, they're just going to be able to just hold down the fort like that because they're Clemson? You don't think that kids, the good star football players and star basketball players, that the top picks aren't going to go to Clemson regardless of how much their parents are like, go there. You don't think that, especially, look, I'm just going to put it out there as I always do. We are the best. When we're given the opportunity, we outshine everybody. And when it comes to sports, you can't touch us. So your top players are going to beat the black athletes. And a lot of them are poor and disadvantaged, as a lot of us are. So when you're talking about going to Clemson for Roll Tide, that's not for us. Or going to an HBCU that's going to pay you. Or you're going to go to Clemson that's not going to pay you because they have a name. What do you think is going to happen? You think Clemson's going to be able to hold it down just because of their name?
Yeah, let me say this. You bring up a very valid point because at one time, all the kids were flocking to Notre Dame. At one time, all the kids were flocking to Nebraska. At one time, everybody was going to Miami. And all of those great, excuse the vernacular, dynasties have fallen. I remember when Clemson wasn't the top school in the country. I remember when Alabama was trying to get back on top. So, at some point, they're going to, if they do things the way that they're talking about, like, I'm going to quit if they start paying athletes, eventually they will start losing top, qualified athletes, and eventually their program will suffer. I just don't think it's going to happen fast enough for me.
No, it's not going to happen. They're not going to be the first ones on board because of their reputation. Texas is not going to be the first on board. But about 3 months ago, I saw a guy I don't know if he was lobbying or whatever, but he was going, he was giving his speech up in Austin. He was the senator, congressman, or whatever. He was, pleading with the state of Texas to please pay the athletes so that they don't fall behind in funding, so they don't fall behind in the sport. Because when you're, at the top of your division, you want to stay there.
Absolutely.
That's pride, that's ego, that's tradition.
Right.
And if you're not going to pay the top pick, you're gonna fall. You're gonna be you're gonna be a HCC when it comes to college as far as the sports go. You know what I mean.
Yep. No, I agree. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I'm happy for these young people. Period. Point blank.
Cool. All right. Have a good one.
Thanks, Marie. I appreciate you, sis.
Okay. Bye.
All right. That's a queen right there. That's a true queen. Let me take a break. We'll be right back with more. 281-453-1000 if you want to get in. 281-453-1000 if you want to get in. Got to talk about them NBA playoffs last night. Chris Paul, got to talk about him. Boogie Cousins, got to talk about him. Devin Booker, got to talk about him. And then I got to talk about Pat Beverly. We'll do all that when we come back right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Do you have high blood pressure or diabetes? Are you over the age of 65 and covered by Medicare? Then pay close attention to this message. Medicare has introduced some new benefits to help consumers during these cautious COVID-19 times. They realize many of you don't want to leave your home to visit a doctor. So now you can get a remote patient monitoring device shipped to your home at little or no cost to you. Now your doctor can identify your problems in real time, which could potentially save your life. Victory Medical can easily ship this monitoring device directly to your home at little or no cost to you. If you have high blood pressure or diabetes and you're covered by Medicare, make this free call right now to see if you qualify for a new remote patient monitoring device. Call now.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527. Do you have a home that you don't want anymore? We can buy it from you within 24 hours, any home, size, or condition. For over 20 years, we've been buying homes for cash and helping homeowners sell their homes immediately, with no listings or strangers walking through your home. Are you moving? Did you lose your job? Going through a divorce? Whatever the reason, if you're in a bind and you know that you need to sell your house fast, call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. We'll make you a serious cash offer to buy your home in 24 hours and let you walk away from it. No listing, no waiting. Sell any home, any size, any condition now. Call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. Make this free call now.
800-306-1760.
Hey, Stephanie Bisco.
800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. That's 800-306-1760.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Hey, you want some sports with your lunch? Well, tune in to the legendary KYOK at the lunch break. And I'm Raven Rogers.
All right, y'all. We back here on the show. Once again, I got to keep giving that love to Raven Rogers, former intern right here on the lunch break at the legendary KYOK. Now she's an Olympian on her way to Tokyo for the 800 meters in the Olympics, and I could not be happier. Stephanie Bisco, all I know is this. If you need a car, you need to call the car queen. That's Stephanie Bisco. She done tuned in on Twitter, and she said, what did Reggie Jackson mean by saying his teammates saved him? And can you please send a team to Ben Simmons? Let me say something. Ben Simmons going to surprise y'all. If I'm Ben Simmons, I'm going to say this with my chest. Since Dabo Swinney can say whatever he want to say, y'all just put this under the Dabo Swinney deal right here. Ben Simmons going to surprise y'all. Ben Simmons is about to get in the lab with Ray Allen, with I don't know. Who was the best three-point shooter in Philadelphia history? Ben Simmons about to get in the lab with some three-point shooting guru, And all he's going to do all off season long is bust threes. He going to bust threes with brooms in front of him. He going to bust threes with like 18 dudes around him. They going to get him so focused on being able to bust threes. Y'all going to be like, all right, whatever. And if I'm Ben Simmons, now this is the part I'm saying with my chest. Now, y'all hear me? If Dabo Swinney can say what he said, I can say what I'm finna say. Man, my program director in that show, I sure hope I don't get in trouble for this. If Ben Simmons, if I'm Ben Simmons, and y'all treated me the way y'all treated me after this series, I bust a three, my very first one. I'm pulling off all my clothes. I'm pulling off my jersey, my shorts, my shoes, my socks. I'm going to untape my ankles and run down the court. The first time Ben Simmons busts a three over somebody this coming NBA season, if he takes off all his clothes, you better not say a word. You better not say, if he untapes his ankles, if he takes some wristbands off and throw those down and just, you know how the players be doing all that when they slam dunk on somebody? You know how Kevin Gardner used to be like, all that when he said, if Ben Simmons busts a three on somebody and snatch off every stitch of clothes he got on, you better not say a word. You better not say nothing. Y'all done just run that book. Got the dude don't even want to play for the Olympics in his country. He about to cry on the interview, the video interview. I love it here in Philly, man. I don't want to go nowhere. Y'all done got all in that man's stuff. Stephanie Bisco, I need your help on this. I need your help. What you doing, Stephanie? Call me if you can. I'm finna mess it up. It's Throwback Thursday, but it's gonna be messing up Thursday real quick. Stephanie, call me. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. I gotta mess it up. There's a saying out there, and I gotta mess it up, and it's concerning Ben Simmons. It is. I like Stephanie. Stephanie, call quick. Hello, you live on the lunch break.
This Stephanie Bisco. I'm putting $50 on the plane ticket on whoever's gonna go down there and help him. I don't appreciate how y'all treated him. I don't appreciate it.
I'm just saying, Ben Simmons, they done dogged that boy so bad. When he busts a three on somebody next season, if he take off everything, if he don't have on nothing but a smile, they better not say nothing.
I didn't think I say nothing, not one thing to him. So what did Reggie Jackson mean? Reggie, what did he mean by that? I hope I got his name right.
I don't know what he meant by that. I don't know. I really don't. And I probably think it was something about fighting or something like that. I don't know. But here's my thing. With Ben Simmons and with Patrick Beverly and with Chris Paul and other people, there's this saying out there that people like to quote. And I'm gonna read it verbatim.
Okay.
It says, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time.
The first time, not the second, the first time.
Now, Stephanie, I'm going in a different direction. Maya Angelou said that. And I love Maya Angelou. I love her to life. And I'm not the dude anymore that's going to cut down black people, men or women. I don't agree with the saying.
You don't?
I don't. Let me tell you why. Have you ever had a first impression that didn't go right?
First impression, yeah. But okay.
So if somebody after your bad first impression said, when somebody shows you who they are the first time, believe them?
Okay. You got the word that pops out on me is show. That means I've been with you before, ED. If you showed me who you are. We've spent some time with you. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, that word right there. So I know you now. I'm not first impression.
Okay. So now, now you're getting in a little deeper for me. Now you're getting a little deeper because there's some people, watch this, that don't know what the quote means, and they look at one glimpse of a person's life. They see something bad that they do, and then they start throwing that quote. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And it's like, and because we got prominent people saying, I'm not saying bad things about these people. You got T.D. Jakes saying it. You got, Joel Osteen saying it. You got all these prominent people saying it, and people who don't understand it will quote it And now you got folks that's just throwing people away after after they see a bad moment in that person's life. But that one bad moment doesn't define who they are for the rest of their lives, or even for the time before they met you.
This is true. I do believe in change. I do believe in changing. We can go there, but I do believe in an individual changing who they are, their perception of a person. She's mean, but they come say, oh, no, she's not mean. So I see what you're saying, but that word popped out on me. She showed me, because I mean, I spent time with you.
And that's my thing. But see, look at it though. You got people who are throwing that out, and they didn't spend time with nobody. All they did was saw what people said about somebody in the media, or all they did was heard what happened to somebody back in 1997 or 1995 or whatever the case may be.
Right.
They heard that, and then when there's a little controversy about it, then they throw out that quote. When somebody shows you who you are, who they are, believe it the first time. And it's just like, watch this now. It's just like people who don't understand the Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech. They tried to apply it to their situation when that's not what it meant at all, ever.
At all, ever in life. That's not what that meant at all.
And then I got one more thing, Stephanie Bisco, Car Queen. I don't live my life like it's a bumper sticker. I don't live my life like it's a catchy slogan. I'm a T-shirt guy, and I don't live my life like somebody else's life can fit on my T-shirt. People have bad moments. People make bad choices. There's a book that I absolutely have been recommending like crazy lately. When Godly People Do Ungodly Things by Beth Moore. There are a whole lot of people in prominent places and positions that need to read that book, because they're busy treating their employees and their colleagues and their friends like this saying, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. No, you need to understand that even the best of us can do some things that's not the best of them. And if you're throwing people away like they're a bumper sticker, really, the separation part is not you from them, it's them from you.
Does the original quote say the first time? Or there's something that somebody added?
No, that's the original quote.
The first time, okay.
Yep, that's the original quote from Maya Angelou.
Well, once I get to talk to a recent incident I had, meeting somebody on the social media plat or whatever, when they showed me, and the first time that I saw, I was like, okay, this is going somewhere that I don't want to go. Get me off this train. So that was my indication. So you're going to see a lot of things in life. And I guess it's which one of the signs you want to pick up, and what are the detours, or are you going to ignore the warning signs? I guess that's what we're saying. We're talking about warning signs.
And I get that. And I get that. If that's your criteria and that's the choice that you make, then own that. Own that. Because let me just say this, and I'm trying to be as respectful as I can for Maya Angelou. May she rest in peace. Listen, Maya Angelou wasn't perfect. Everything that came out of her mouth wasn't true. Ileana Van Zant fixed my life. Baby, there are times when she couldn't fix her own life. So, while that's her profession, that doesn't make her the absolute in that field. Even folks that have done things for decades and have great success have had great failures, have had great areas where they were wrong. And we just got to be careful trying to label people under everyone else's standard.
I see what you're saying. Where's the mercy? Where's the, but such was some of you. So I guess I see what you're saying. But I want to talk about, man, I was so freaking happy for Chris Paul. I was just like screaming and hollering. I said, this guy here deserves this.
Let me say this.
I was so happy for him.
Can I be transparent for a moment?
Go ahead.
I cried for that dude like he was my son. I cried for that dude like he was my brother. When they were trying to do that interview with him, and he tried to answer their questions, and then he cussed, and he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, man, it's a lot going on right now. I'm emotional. I'm just trying to find my son and my family. I felt that dude, man. I felt that dude in my spirit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like, leave that man alone right now and let him celebrate this thing happening for the first time in 16 years of his entire career. Leave that man alone right now.
He said, I can't give that song that he read. I can't give up now.
Yeah.
I've come too far. Now come on.
Yeah.
Where I started. Nobody, that's just the truth. So people lie to you, and I love them. My pastor would say all the time, don't lie to me. Don't lie, tell me the truth. Nobody told you that it was going to be easy, but some people say, it's going to be easy. No, it's not.
Yep.
It's not going to be easy.
Yep.
But he didn't bring them. That's the song. It's the word for the song. If anybody listen, that's what he said. I don't believe he brought me this for the lead. And I love the way he was just and gave credit to the Clippers organization too. I heard that too. I said, come on, Kris.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I love that dude. And then you had Boogie Cousins get caught on video mouthing the words, see, that's why don't nobody blank with you. And it's like, Boogie, I mean, come on, let's be real now. This dude is on his way to the NBA Finals for the first time in his career, number one. Number two, it ain't like y'all was just saying nice things to him all game long. You a competitor. You a trash talking competitor. So every now and then, the dude you talking trash with gets the last laugh. Just take that loss and go on about your business. But him mouthing that out, and of course what Pat Beverly did was weak. Both of them. I love them. Good dudes. Don't get me wrong. But what they did in those moments was weak. They know better than that.
Yeah, Patrick. I'm like, what was that about? I was trying to watch the highlights too. I'm like, what did he say? I saw CP turn around and was walking toward the bench. Then all of a sudden he just pushed him in the back. I was like, if you could dish it out, that's what I don't like.
Girl, we used to play the dozens and Joan people in the cafeteria, baby. You talk about my mama, I'm finna talk about your mama and your daddy. Doc, we finna go in. Don't start the my mama jokes. And if you can't take it, just because you can't win, then you can't play no more. And that's what people don't understand is that violated all the unwritten rules of the street, of the lunch, of the cafeteria, of the hallway. Like, bro, Patrick Beverly is canceled on talking smack with anybody else for the rest of his career in my book.
We can't take it.
You can't take it. We can't play with you no more.
You can't. That's what I had some friends like that. Now I tell her, no, girl, don't go there with her. She gonna be wanting to fight.
Right.
Leave that alone.
Right. She gonna be mad at us. We ain't gonna see her for 2 weeks because she gonna be mad. Yeah.
She's gonna answer your phone calls.
Yeah.
Now leave that alone. Don't play with her. Don't play.
Yeah. Y'all know how she get. Stephanie. So again, I'm happy for Chris Paul. Now, who you got tonight? Milwaukee or Atlanta?
Every time somebody asks me, shout out to people at my job, Bayway, Pasadena. I got two managers from Milwaukee, and they're just like going in. It's just hard. Milwaukee is just a physical team. They're just, and they bully. I told my manager, they're bullies on the court. They're just bullies. But what happens with the other team, with the Hawks, you never know. They have some players, like they say, some no-name people. You know how Shaq and go off on their little team on that show or whatever. But they have players that's all they've been doing in the no name, if they call them no name, no T-shirt, no whatever.
Right.
But these players, that's all they do is practice. Now you can't. Now that's something you can't. You're not gonna. That's all you do is practice. You practice threes. You practice this. You practice my next thing. I'm next up. That's something that you just can't. That's not teachable. I'm sorry. They are teachable.
Right.
So when you have a Hawks team that is teachable, and there's no big I's, there's no big U's, and they're not going in at relying on one person. Okay, Trey down. Okay, we don't need Trey. I got it. I do the same thing Trey do. I just, may not be as flamboyant, but I do the same thing.
Right.
So, and that's what I said to myself. I say, if the Bucks lose, it's because they're not cohesive as a team. That's the only way I think they're going to. And then with boy getting hurt yesterday.
Wait, Stephanie, hold on. Let me hit the top of the album. I'm coming right back to you. Stay right there.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host,
guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM, streaming live on KYOKradio.org. It's Throwback Thursday. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, going to join us any minute. Right now, we got the car queen, Stephanie Bisco, on the phone line with us. And Stephanie, I didn't mean to cut you off right there because you was talking that good stuff. But you're right, man. With Giannis out, can Milwaukee do what Atlanta was able to do without Trae Young? That remains to be seen.
That remains to be seen. So before I say something, who do you have?
I got Atlanta. I'm sticking with what I said earlier, and everybody thought I was crazy. I said, man, I would love to see Atlanta and Phoenix. And even I'm gonna read the message. One of my guys sent me a message. He said, man, a couple of Sundays ago, when you picked Phoenix and Atlanta to be in the finals, I looked at you sideways. But hey, looks like you were right. And I'm just telling you, I'm sticking with that, man. I'm sticking with what I said. I said it with my chest and my throat. Now.
Duck if you buck, you duck if you hey.
You know, we ain't scared. Never that.
When Jack say, take these broken wings, I say, yeah. Say it.
Oh, Bisco, who you got tonight? Come on.
I'm gonna go with Atlanta. I like Trae Young. I would love to see Trae Young and Devin Booker. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Yeah, you got it.
I would love to see them two together.
Yeah.
But I would love for Chris Paul to take it all the way in. That's just
I want Chris Paul to win it all. I'm just gonna say that right now. I want Chris Paul to win it all. I do. I
really want that to happen.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah.
Because he's a good dude. He's just a good dude.
Yep. I agree. Now, Stephanie, you know what y'all got to do over there at Bayway now. You know what y'all got to do.
What we got to do?
Y'all got to go down there to TSU. Y'all got to go over there to Prairie View. And you got to sign some name, image, and likeness deals with some of them athletes, man. Y'all got to do it.
Oh, that'd be so good. Yes, I will.
Okay. All right. Listen, don't forget my cut. That was my idea.
I'll get with you right after.
Stephanie Bisco, I love you for free, man. Tell everybody where they can find you and follow you, Stephanie.
Please follow me on Instagram at car underscore queen 44, and of course Stephanie Bisco on Facebook. And if you need anything, just inbox the car queen. I got you. I
know you do. Love you, Stephanie. Talk to you soon. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, that's a real one right there. That is a real one right there. Hold on. I got to get ready to get my guy on, and I got to get my stuff right with him for him. Because we get ready to go in, man. We getting ready to go in. I'm telling y'all now, I didn't take my medicine. I'm drinking this fancy water. I'm trying to get a deal with them. I don't know who these people Uptime. I don't know who they are, but I'm trying to get them to send me a case of water. But anyway, let me get this man on here so we can go all the way in. This dude can sing like New Edition. He can sing like Biv and DeVoe. You got to wear a black Kango. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Houston Roundball Review, it's none other than KMG. Kris Gardner, what it do, baby?
What's up, man?
Hey, man.
I'm inspired today, AJ. I'm inspired. So you and the fam might get a treat.
What's that? What we gonna get today?
Hey, man. How about if I just go, come bring me your softness, comfort me through all this madness. Woman, don't you know with you, I'm born again. There you go.
Wait, does that mean you got a confirmation? You got an interview coming?
No, alas, no. Haven't heard from a queen. No, sir. So no.
Oh gosh, Kris Gardner with his singing self, man. I'm trying to tell you, don't sleep on him. Bro, how you feel?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing really great. First day of the NIL, name, image, and likeness. Young folks getting paid. I'm doing great.
Man, I've been shouting out young man Antoine Owens and his friends. I think it's 5 of them total. Signed a deal at midnight this morning with 3 Kings Grooming out of Ohio. They were all over in New York, And bro, they got that deal inked, and it's believed to be the first signed name, image, and likeness deal of all the NCAA right there at what? Jackson State, man. I love every bit of it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I was about to make sure you mentioned the school, man. Jackson State, JSU. They're the first.
Let me stand up, slide over so y'all see.
Okay, there you go.
That's why I rock this one today.
Did you get that from Coach Prime?
Huh?
Did Coach Prime send you that?
No, I ain't get my. So I'm not Keisha Kelly. Keisha Kelly from Black College Experience is on a first name basis with Coach Prime. I'm the dude that they just point at to ask the next question. They don't even know my name. So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just glad to be in the number.
Okay, well, Keisha Kelly is on first name basis, and I'm pretty sure my man Charles Bishop is as well, because him and the folks over at inside HBCU Sports Lab and everything they do a great job with all the HBCUs. So much love to them.
Yeah, I got Keisha Kelly going to be on the show tomorrow in the 1 o'clock hour. So looking forward to having her. I'm also working on another high school coach to see how they're going to handle preparing their kids to go from high school to college based on not just the program, but name, image, and likeness. Because you got nutbags out there like Dabo Sweeney making comments like, and I quote, ahem. Let's see, there it is. Here it is. Dabo Sweeney said, and I quote, as far as paying players, professionalizing college athletics, that's where you lose me. I'll go do something else because there's enough entitlement in this world as there is.
Has he left yet?
No, he ain't left yet because, he's a devout Christian and he's one of the winningest coaches of all time. So that's not what he meant. We can whitewash anything and everything. And he likes to show the kids he's part of the culture. So he's Michael Jackson moonwalking right now out of that statement.
Okay, so he's not true to his word then. Okay, yeah. Well, what I meant was, I know what I said, but what I really meant was, yeah. Okay, you can go on with that then. All right. Anyway, yeah. Great day for the student assets to finally get paid and get that bag. But high schoolers, this does not apply to you. You got to be in college. Do not let somebody fool you yet. High schoolers,
Preach, man.
Okay, just slow your roll. Don't let those folks lie on you and mess up your eligibility. No. Wait till you get to college, and then you can be part of the system and maximize your brand.
Let my son or daughter, high schooler, come in with some gear that they didn't buy. Where you get that from? Oh, yeah, I signed an endorsement deal with so-and-so for my name, image, and like. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I sure hope not, because don't mess up your high school eligibility before you get to college.
Absolutely, because not every sport has a G League. So
correct.
Yeah. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball review, man. We got to get right into it. Last night, Chris Paul knocked off a bucket list, bro. After 16 years as an NBAer, he is heading to the NBA Finals for the first time in his career. And not only did he get into it, he knocked the door down to it with 41 points, 31 in the second half. At one point, he was the offense for the Phoenix Suns. At one point, he literally took over and dominated the game. So for all the naysayers out there that said what Chris Paul couldn't do or what he's incapable of doing as a player, as a scorer, as a defender, and all those things, Chris Paul shut all that up and down last night because they pimp slapped the Clippers 130 to 103, period.
We saw all of Chris Paul last night, the good and the bad. His acting skills, you saw what he does in commercials, put forth on DeMarcus Cousins. But yeah, he was knocking down threes. We made those two threes in the first quarter. I was like, yeah, it's over tonight.
So, he missed 1-3 all night long. One.
He was in his bag deep last night, and good for him. Good for Monty Williams. They got to the finals. They got 4 more wins to go to complete the steps. But congratulations to them and the organization for getting to the finals. And it was great. And you saw all of Pat Beverly too.
Yeah.
The intensity of Pat Beverly. Go ahead.
Before we get to that, stay right there. We got a quick caller. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
It's Todd.
Hey, Todd, you ain't trying to rock with me and Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball review, man. This big dog stuff right here. What's up, man?
Hey, man. Pat Beverly, for what he did in my opinion, that's a 10 to 20 game suspension for me. That was not only was it classless. That's a coward right there. You're going to shove a man in his back. And AJ, let's think about this today. Let's say when you show somebody like that, let's say Chris Paul. Remember, Chris Paul had a neck injury in a previous series, right?
Yep.
I think it was was it the Nuggets that he got hurt? Let's say he re-aggravates, or maybe it was the Lakers. I think it was the Lakers series. He had that upper neck, shoulder.
Yep, neck, shoulder, right.
So let's say that shove. Let's take it a step further. Chris Paul today out for the finals with like a herniated disc in his neck, right? Because when you show something like that in the back and they don't know what's coming, your neck whips back like that, they need to hand down a in my opinion, a severe suspension. Not just because it was a shove, it was the fact you shoved a man with his back turned to you. 10 to 20 games.
Chris, I'm gonna let you respond to that.
It won't happen. You know, I mean, especially 10 games. And that won't do that. He might get a game or two to start the season next year, but it won't happen. You know, we were about to touch on it. Pat Beverly saw all of Pat Beverly last night too. His intensity on defense, but also he goes too far. So that's the full Pat Beverly, the good and the bad. And, you know, pushing the man in the back, that is card move. I've said for years ago on, you know, Pat Bev, you know, I might get in trouble for this, but that's fake tough, man. Shoving somebody in the back, that's fake tough. You can't do it. You can't do it to my face.
Yeah,
that's fake toughness. So, you know, he might get something, but it won't be 10, 20 games. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing that got me. The video showed that as they were walking past each other, Chris Paul's lips did not move. His lips did not move. So he didn't say anything to Pat Beverly, and I didn't see him hit Pat Beverly. So for Pat Beverly to get that mad and lose that much control and composure after what you've been dishing out all game and series long, that's where he lost me. That's where I said, like school on Saturday, no class, because if you can dish it like that and you can't take it, we can't play with you no more. We can't play with you no more.
That's who he is. That's who he's been. That's no surprise.
Yeah, go ahead, Todd.
I think, to Chris, to your point, I think you may be surprised that maybe longer than you think. I may meet you in the middle at 5 games. But I think the back part, when you shove, when you circle back on somebody like that, and the fact that it could have been, the only saving grace to Pat Bev may be that he's not seriously hurt, right? Now, if he would have been seriously hurt, and then the storyline today is Chris Paul's out for the finals, no doubt they're coming down ultra hard, but the NBA shouldn't focus themselves on the injury part. It should be the intent. You know what I mean? That circled back on somebody when he's not even squared up on you, and you shoved him with full force, that you seriously could have hurt him. Because like I said, he had already had an injury up in that area that he had missed, a game for in the Lakers series. So I just think you got to send a clear message of like, hey, we're not going to be having you come running back on somebody and shove them in the back, as hard as you can. And if you give them a 1-game suspension, be like, oh, we can do that? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I think, and we got to take a break right after this. I think where you're going to see the surprise will be in the fine. I think there might be a hefty fine that goes with this as opposed to a real long suspension, because you're right. You got to send a clear and pressing message. And, all eyes were on the NBA last night. You cannot let that go unaddressed. So fine, suspension, I believe the two of them combined might tell the real story. Let me take a quick break. Todd, appreciate the call. And you be safe out there, brother.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. No problem. Chris, let's take a quick one. We'll be right back. Houston Roundball Reviews. Kris Gardner joining us right now, as always, on Throwback Thursday.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110. Guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. That's 800-298-0139.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of the Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
KYOK, 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. Legend continues.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM, streaming live, KYOKradio.org. What's up, Facebook followers, YouTube, and Twitter? Appreciate y'all. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us as always on Throwback Thursday. What do you think, Kris? The fine, the suspension, significant for Pat Beverly on that classless display of maturity last night in a game where he just needed to wear that L, man. He needed to realize Chris Paul got the best of him, and he needed to just wear that L and congratulate the man.
I think he'll get a hefty fine. Their season's over.
Yeah.
So a fine, come out with a fine now, announce it today, tomorrow, whatever. So suspending him, you got, 4 or 5 more months till the season starts again? What is that going to do?
Yeah.
Their season's over. The start of the season, missing a game, the start of the season. Okay, is that going to hurt him that much? No.
It really isn't.
Hit him in his wallet.
Susan, yeah, you're right. You're right. I agree with you there. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on the show. Boogie Cousins on video mouthing the words. See, that's why don't nobody blank with you talking about Chris Paul. Again, I get it. Chris Paul, acted his way into a foul on Boogie Cousins when Boogie's really looked like he was trying to get his elbow over Chris's head, caught him in the neck, and Chris, acted it out. It's not the first time that's happened. Boogie has acted out some fouls. Why go there with a guy that literally, again, all you got to do is tell him, yo, man, you got this one tonight. Let's move on. It just feels like Boogie and Pat lost it last night for some reason.
Well, they lost it, but Chris Paul has a track record. Chris Paul has grabbed fellas in the junk since college. He's done that stuff too. Chris Paul's done some shady stuff too. So
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But Boogie,
Chris Paul's done it. Boogie's done it.
Boogie's done it. So don't expect Boogie to take the high road and stuff like this.
You got a good point.
Look who we dealing with. Who we talking about here? All three of them: Pat, Boogie, and CP.
I stand straight up corrected on that. My bad. Boogie, Pat Bev, and CP3. You're right. Yeah. My bad. All right. So anyway, I'm happy for Monty Williams, man. I'm really happy.
For sure.
Yeah. Talk about that, man. Out of that matchup, you had two really good head coaches that don't get the just respect that they deserve. Everybody puts the championship that Ty Lue coached his team to on LeBron, and most folks thought that Monty shouldn't have gotten the job in Phoenix and that he would never have gotten them here. What do you say about that?
I think Monty, with how they did, how he helped them lead them to the 8-0 in the bubble last season and not get to the NBA Finals, he is beginning to get more respect for what he's accomplished as head coach with Phoenix. You know, Monty's he's put in the grind, and he's been through a tragedy that I hope no one else has to experience. You know, the family tragedy. His faith has persevered and kept him through that. He's a good dude. You know, I mean, he's a good man.
Right.
And he's a good coach, and he's a better man. That's what I want to say. Mm-hmm. So, I'm very happy for him to get his club to the finals. And whether people respect him and give him his due or not, just keep on winning.
Yeah.
Because some of those folks may never give him his flowers. And so what?
Right.
Those folks, don't worry about them. Just keep doing your job and getting those W's.
Yeah, Kris, I got to tell you, man, I ranked, if I did a power ranking on the NBA coaches left in the Eastern Conference Finals, I would have had Monty number 1. I would have had Nate number 2. I'd had Tyronn Lue number 3. A pause, another pause, a cough, a hiccup, a check my phone real quick.
Come on,
and
man.
Then Mike Budenholzer. And then Mike Budenholzer.
And I don't believe you'd have too many folks disagree. You know, you might have some people who would give you more of a debate over the 1, 2, 3 than you would the 4th. You know,
I got you.
Because Coach Bud, man, that ostrich-sized egg that the Bucks laid to the Trae Young-less Hawks, you know, that's coaching. That's partly coaching. You can't come ready. You can't be ready to drop the hammer and take control of this series and then get waxed. Just get waxed. That's coaching. You know, players are part of that too. I understand that. They play the games, but they look like they had no interest in being on the court for that game.
Right.
And that part is coaching. That's just preparation. And that's knowing how to motivate your players. Fellas, players, we got to take advantage of this. We got to start early, hit them in the mouth, take control, and give them no hope. Go 3-1, and let's close this out when we get back to Milwaukee. You got to do that. You got to push all those buttons. And they didn't do that in a massive way. It was embarrassing.
A lot of folks want to overlook the fact that Giannis Antetokounmpo was in that game for 3 quarters, and they were trailing. They were down by a bunch at halftime with Giannis healthy in the game. Giannis went down in the 3rd, and then, of course, Atlanta blew it open. But you cannot overlook the fact that Giannis was a part of that team that was getting taxed and waxed for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Before he went down.
Yeah, they didn't. They started out flat. They looked flat in the first quarter. They played flat in the first quarter. They just looked like they expected the Hawks, the Trae Youngless Hawks, to just roll over and say, "Y'all got it. We're done. We don't have a chance in the world. So y'all go ahead." And this is the NBA. This is the pros.
Right.
You're going against other pros. You're going against a well-coached team who has shown he knows how to get the most out of his players. So why are you taking them for granted? Why are you disrespecting the game like that?
I mean, you're in the NBA version of the Final Four. So, these aren't scrub teams. These, they might not be the best of each division, but these are not the scrubs either. And like you said, you overlook Atlanta like that, like as if they just not going to come out and try to compete without Trae Young.
And
that's weak.
And once again, props to David Grubb, because, he's seen Drew Holiday up close for years. He called it. Drew Holiday gets up for big-time opponents.
Yeah, matchups.
When Trae was out,
Drew
Holiday was like, well, okay, I'm going to just go through the motions then. I don't have to, big-time matchup, not over there. So I just coast him. Come on, man. This is the pros.
He let Lou Williams get off. He let Lou didn't blow it up. 21 points, 8 assists. But Lou and Cam Reddish And a couple other people off that bench did enough where, guess what? They got the dub.
They set the tone in the first quarter.
Yeah.
The injured team set the tone in the first quarter rather than the team who was up 2-1 and getting ready to go up, should have gone up 3-1 to close it out going home.
And Kris, I got to take a break, but that's where, as a coach, you got to say, hey, listen, there's going to be an emotional spurt. They're going to come out hyped up. They're going to come out trying to cover up for their fallen player. But we just got to survive the rush. We just got to survive this initial adrenaline. And then after that, we kick in and we do what we did. And they never did. They never did.
They never did.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back with Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. If you want in, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or you can text me, 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005, or email aj@kyoksports.com. We'll be right back.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-219-8332. 800-219-8332. 800-219-8332. That's 800-219-8332.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. That's 800-958-2156.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the
That's the last one,
Christopher
Kris.
Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no-judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
It's the lunch break on KYOK.
Yeah, man, I had to get the intro back on for the brother because he putting it down like LL Cool J. He's bad. It's Kris Gardner. KMG. Not CP3, but KMG. Definitely not Pat Beverly, and certainly not Boogie. I'm talking about Kris Gardner. What's up, bro? What's up? What's up? What's
That was
up?
good, man. That was real nice, man. You know,
Bro,
yeah.
I can spit now. Don't.
Yeah, you got some skills there. Yeah, that was nice.
I can't sing, but I can spit now. I can spit.
Yeah, I can't spit. I can sing though. I'm the opposite. So, you know.
And I want your gift, and you want mine. Listen, man, I'm so infuriated with Sports Illustrated. This is what I'm talking about, man. If these folks are not going to get with the program, then we need to get some other outlets and move on. Sports Illustrated has a picture of, looks like the Miami Hurricanes with all of their backs to the camera. And then on the back of the jerseys, every single name says mine, and every one of the numbers have $2 signs. And it's in reference to name, image, and likeness today. And I got news for you, man. That's just unacceptable. That's just unacceptable. You're allowed to write what you want to write. You're allowed to opine about what you want to opine about, but you're outdated, you're out of step, and you're going to get left behind. And again, I don't know which newspaper outlet or magazine outlet or media company is going to step up, but it's stuff like that for Sports Illustrated that's going to get them left out. Because if I'm a player, I'm not interviewing with no doggone Sports Illustrated, and that's how you feel about me. I'm not going to give you no top-notch exclusive interview, and that's how you feel about me. And definitely don't let it be apparent on one of these players that you're trying to portray as greedy. And I like what Nathan Column Lamb said. This is how Sports Illustrated, their name, image, and likeness story is today, because apparently it's greedy for campus athletic workers to have the same basic rights as other people. I like it. I like it.
Student assets. Yeah, I pulled up the picture, went to the website to see it. And because I read the article and I went straight to the article this morning, I didn't see the picture of it. Yeah, that's trash.
Yeah, it's
trash. That's
whoever
trash.
approved it from the top down, you suck.
And the only saving grace is that they at least have some of the players don't look like me and you in there.
Yeah, and I'll give you that, because I hadn't even thought like that, and I would have been mad all over again. And you know me, I'm the dude that if I get caught, everybody gets caught. So if we put on ski masks and we go down to Sports Illustrated and I get caught, I'm gonna tell them, well, Kris Gardner hiding around the corner under the car. Hey, Kris, we caught. Come on.
So okay, I'll keep that in mind for future reference. Okay.
The moral of the story is you want to make sure I make it, because if I make it, we all good.
Okay, but yeah, this disrespectful to the student assets, because that's what they are. I'm glad that they are finally getting some capitalizing off their name, image, and likeness. I reached out to, I know some players, they got the deals. I checked on some of them, and so good for them.
Yep.
Get that bag. Capitalize off your name, your image, your likeness. It's about time. And oh, by the way, has the NCAA shut down today? Has the sky fallen? Has everything collapsed all around us? Did the earth swallow you up over there at KYOK while the NIL stuff launched? Anything bad happened to you?
No.
So, the NCAA been declaring Armageddon and doom and gloom for years, holding on to that fallacy of amateurism. So, okay, well, we'll see what happens now that the athletes are finally being compensated for who they are.
Right. I'm trying to find the Twitter handle for Sports Illustrated. I can't seem to find it.
Well, I mean, I know the writer because
SI Now. It's SI Now, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because the author of the article, Ross, I'm pretty sure you didn't have anything to do with the picture. So it's two different things. In most publications and publishing, editors choose the photo, and the writer just sends in the article for the work. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure they know my feelings about it. I can't say what I want to say because I do my show on a Christian radio station, so I'll just say very tersely, this is weak.
Yeah, it is. SI Now. Yeah.
Now, yeah. So yeah, I want to go ahead and get my 2 cents in on that, because it is. Whoever wrote that thought they were, really saying something, doing something. You and all your old friends can go on about your business, because ain't nobody listening to you now. These kids have the right to put their names in the transfer portal. They have the right to make money. It just blows my mind. We're arguing over this point. We're arguing over this point. A young person's right to make money off of, slow down, their own name, their own image, and their own likeness. What are we talking about? What in the world are we talking about when you're arguing down over a person being able to make their money off their own name and their own image? And if you say one more time, college scholarship, you just pray for me. Pray for me.
Here is something. I saw this yesterday from testimony from Mark Emmert in the Ed O'Bannon case.
Yep.
President Emmert was asked, let me see if I can get it right here. Do you believe that schools would leave Division I if athletes were able to capitalize off their name, image, and likeness? He said yes. Mark Emmert said that schools would leave Division I because of this. For two fundamental reasons. The first being philosophical, that they believe in an amateurism model. Okay. And they don't want to participate in a professional model of athletics. I've heard from a number of leaders of campuses that that's how they feel. And the second is more pragmatic, and that they would be the cost of it, the sheer cost of it.
Okay. So not one single school is out of a dime.
Exactly.
Image and likeness. Not one single school has to manage anybody's money. In fact, that's why I got no respect for the state of Georgia, because they inserted themselves into these young people's money. The state of Georgia said that we're going to put all your money into a pool, so after every athlete of the school graduates, they get a percentage of other people's money from their name, image, and life. You put yourself in that position, not the school. So all the schools have to do is get out of the way, or put a cabinet member or a position out there to make sure it complies with the NCAA's rules or the state's rules. But you don't have to manage one dime, and you don't have to raise a nickel for it. You don't have to do anything for it. So I'm sorry, weak excuse.
And the thing is, any expense that the schools may incur in this is to set up and work with the third party company to help the students, the athletes, get their endorsements, interact with companies who are willing to work with them, sponsor them, anything like that. Setting it up, arranging it.
And again, you don't have to. It would be good that you would, since you're the player coach and you're the athletic director that everybody loves, and you're the student vice president of student affairs and all that. It would be good if you did that. If you went out and made sure that those opportunities were available. At the end of the day, you don't have to.
Well, they still got to be compliant. So
I agree.
That's where they have to, and then the players still have to notify the school of their arrangement with company X, things like that. But other than that, there's no major expense occur for these schools to do that.
Yep. What I don't want to hear is about how Steve Sarkisian is a player's coach and he ain't helping these kids eat. I'm done with that. Dabo Sweeney dancing in the locker room.
And see, now you get into, I want the parents and the athletes of those parents start holding the coaches accountable for what they say.
Absolutely.
Stop sending your child to a school with a coach who has said this on record. Stop doing that. Stop kowtowing to that philosophy, because there are plenty of other coaches in the country at top programs, if you still want your child to go to a top program, who don't spew out and think that garbage.
Right.
Stop helping that coach be successful.
Yep. That's what I'm saying, man. Again, everybody used to go to Notre Dame. Everybody used to go to Nebraska. Everybody used to go to some of these other schools, UCLA, USC, and those dynasties all fell. Let Dabo Sweeney keep talking that nonsense. Let him keep dancing in the locker room. Let him keep making, these dumb statements, wearing these stupid shirts and all that kind of stuff. Let him keep doing that, because eventually enough top athletes are going to get tired of you and they're going to go somewhere else. I remember when South Carolina was not the top program in the country. I remember when Alabama was trying to get back on top. Nebraska ain't never made it back. Some of these other top programs have never made it back. So keep on. because times have changed, whether you like it or not. And everybody's entitled to their opinion. But at the end of the day, you can't stop these kids from getting paid for their own name and their own. And bottom line, Dabo Swinney in essence said, I'm the only one that should get paid off these kids' name, image, likeness, work, ethics, skills, abilities, talents, to the tune of almost $100 million.
Yep.
And if anybody else gets any of that, especially those kids, I'm going to quit. I'm going to go do something else.
Has he left yet? Has anything come across the wire yet? I had my phone. I haven't seen anything. Breaking news about Dabo Swinney leaving Clemson.
I want to know who the coaching candidates are. CBS likes to do, the best candidates for this deal. I need to name the 5 names that are going to be taken over at Clemson.
Because, he said it. He can't. Well, no, you said it. Yeah. You didn't think this was going to happen. Now, what are you going to say? How are you going to backtrack and crawfish back? But folks need to hold him accountable.
I agree.
Because if
there'll be
if
a lot
they
of
don't,
parents that won't. There'll be a lot of parents that won't. Yeah, there'll be a lot of parents that won't. All right, listen. Let's get off of the lame college football, basketball, all that kind of stuff. And I'm talking from the coaching and school perspective, not from the kids. Happy for them. Tonight, Milwaukee and Atlanta. No structural damage in the knee of Giannis, and question marks on both Trae Young and Clint Capella. Talk to me. What have you heard? What do you know? Who's going to go tonight?
Well, first, Giannis is out. The Bucks have already stated that Giannis is out. The Hawks have not made official the status of Trae nor Clint for Game 5. And see, I don't know who the person was, and even if I recall the person who tweeted it yesterday, this person tweeted out that the Bucks fear this before it was announced that Giannis's knee did not have structural damage. It was not an ACL tear, nothing like that. This person tweeted out hours before that the fear is the Bucks are concerned that believe that Giannis has torn his ACL. Don't put that out there, unless you know for certain. Don't put that out there.
Right.
Because you didn't know for a fact. You sources, and then hours later, it wasn't true.
Right.
So that's where we are in today's society.
Yeah.
I don't want to be first.
Right.
I want to be right.
You want to be right.
And there's too many of us who want to be first rather than right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad. Obviously, I'm relieved that Giannis has not torn his ACL.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as tonight, I was, and if folks tuned in to our Three Folks Talking Sports Sunday stream, I predicted that the Bucks would win by 11. They won by 11. But other than that, I don't know what Bucks team is going to show up. They showed themselves again and how they stunk in Game 4.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Trae Young doesn't play tonight, Game 5. Does that mean Jrue Holiday is going to no show again because they have a top tier opponent to guard?
Yeah.
Pride. The Bucks should have some pride.
Yeah.
They're playing at home.
Yeah.
All these things say the Bucks should win tonight.
Yeah.
But they've proven to us too many times, we don't know what team going to show up tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So the only reason I'm picking the Bucks tonight is because it's a home game.
Gotcha.
That's it.
And that makes sense. It really does make sense. I asked a dumb question yesterday. I want to take a break. I want to come back. I want to ask the dumb question to you, who I consider to be one of the experts in the business. You've been doing it long enough. In a court of law, you would be an expert. So now don't tell me it's a dumb question. Let me tell you, because people say amen too hard at the wrong thing. All right, we'll be right back with Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is Throwback Thursday.
Do you have high blood pressure or diabetes? Are you over the age of 65 and covered by Medicare? Then pay close attention to this message. Medicare has introduced some new benefits to help consumers during these cautious COVID-19 times. They realize many of you don't want to leave your home to visit a doctor. So now you can get a remote patient monitoring device shipped to your home at little or no cost to you. Now your doctor can identify your problems in real time, which could potentially save your your life. Victory Medical can easily ship this monitoring device directly to your home at little or no cost to you. If you have high blood pressure or diabetes and you're covered by Medicare, make this free call right now to see if you qualify for a new remote patient monitoring device. Call now.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527.
Do you have a home that you don't want anymore? We can buy it from you within 24 hours. Any home, size, or condition. For over 20 years, we've been buying homes for cash and helping homeowners sell their homes immediately with no listings or strangers walking through your home. Are you moving? Did you lose your job? Going through a divorce? Whatever the reason, if you're in a bind and you know that you need to sell your house fast, call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. We'll make you a serious cash offer to buy your home in 24 hours and let you walk away from it. No listing, no waiting. Sell any home, any size, any condition now. Call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. Make this free call now.
800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. That's 800-306-1760.
If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number: 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Hey,
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
The lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, we're back here on the lunch break. Dude came on singing today. Dude walked in the building singing today. Everybody can't do that because everybody can't sing, like Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball review. Throwback Thursday yesterday, man, I asked a dumb question. And I'm going to ask it again. So on an NBA roster, you have how many players?
15.
15.
No.
And how many dress out for the game?
12.
12. So there's a dude on the roster for the Bucks that just happens to be the brother of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Thanasis?
Yeah. Who practices with his brother and other brothers and is an NBA player. Why in the NBA don't coaches do something radical like, you know what, Thanasis, do me a favor. Get in there. Let's see if you can't give us your best impression of your brother. Like, just give it a shot. I mean, if for no other reason than you work out with this dude every single day, Thanasis probably sitting there thinking like, I taught Giannis some of that. Why don't they give this dude 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes? At least let's see what you can get out of somebody that you're paying to be on your bench.
Thanasis' role is to come in the last few seconds of each quarter and play some defense, be physical, and that's it. That's his role. He comes in, maybe sometimes get a foul, toss his weight around. That's his role. I mean, that.
Okay.
So
okay, all right.
I wonder how many skills he has beyond that. I think he seems to be able to be a good defensive player that can disrupt things, be a spark plug kind of things, and at least play more than 30 seconds. Because I'm like you, because if you are on an NBA team,
yeah,
I would assume you have enough skills and a skill set to be able to give us 3 or 4 minutes. when called upon.
All I keep hearing is only 1% of college athletes make it to the NBA. He part of the 1%. He's on there. You paying him. I mean, if and I hate to, I'm not going to use that as an example. If Dak Prescott goes down, they got to play somebody. And every now and then they go past that person. Like, okay, Andy Dalton, you're not getting it done. Let's put in Ben DiNucci. And Ben DiNucci was out there trying to give him his best back Dak Prescott impression. It didn't work, but at least they tried it. I rarely see NBA coaches go down to number 12 and say, you know what? Go give me 10 minutes of what you got. And I mean, and don't play scared. Don't play timid. Play like you playing with Giannis and the rest of your brothers. What in the world does Bud have to lose by doing that? Because right now, his job is still on the line. At least go out trying.
I agree. But I take that on down to college as well. You see, why college? Why are these kids on the bench if they can't play? Are they just good practice? Are they just practice bodies? Why are they wearing uniform? Why are they dressed out?
Yep.
So the only time you see some of them, college, pro, is if the game is a blowout, one way or the other, for your team or not.
Dress out for one game in college. One. As a football player, I got to dress out for one game in college. It was the last game of the year. We played LSU in LSU. LSU was going to the Rose Bowl. Tulane was going back to New Orleans after that game. Mm-hmm. And I got to dress out for that game because they wanted all of us on the sideline to cheer and make noise against them. Oh, yeah, by the way, Tulane, we beat them that game. And they were throwing oranges down on the field. That was the only time I got to dress out. But it was the only game that everyone was allowed to dress out. So
did you get any run?
No, I ran and got out the way. Yeah. I don't even think I brought a helmet. It was that bad. I don't think I even had a helmet.
What position did you play?
It didn't matter.
That position. The position of it didn't matter. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
but
sir.
I mean, Thanasis set some picks. Roll to the goal.
I mean, he might be able to get a putback. He might be able to grab
a rebound. A playoff foul, nothing dirty. None of that stuff. No push in the bag, none of that. Hey man, we need you to be physical on Clint Capella.
Right.
Whatever. I got you, coach.
Right.
If you pick up 4 fouls in 2 minutes, that's fine. Okay, I got you, coach. I'm with that. I'm sometimes when your starters, your core 8, 9 are struggling, sit them down. Hey man, I just want to give you a 2-minute blow. Thanasis, you got it, man. Just give us a spark. Give us what you got in those 2 minutes. And you just hope that those 2 minutes aren't Ryan Anderson like 2 minutes against Golden State and get destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but I again, when I look at Nate McMillan, and I called out Mike D'Antoni. When I looked at Nate McMillan use his bench, down one player now, and he used his bench to fill in for that one player, Mike D'Antoni wouldn't have understood that at all. We in the playoffs 7-8, period.
And that's right. I never have understood that. If I'm assembling the team, they make the team for a reason. I hope they're good enough to make the squad. So if called upon, if I need you to give me some run, I want you to work hard in practice. You 5-on-5, whatever and I come to you. You got confidence. Hey, man, I believe in you.
Yeah.
Your teammates believe in you.
Yep.
Give me what you got tonight for whatever, 3 minutes. Give me what you got.
Yep.
I got you, coach. Okay. Why is it so hard?
Yep.
But playoff basketball, 7, 8. That's it.
We were both around when Kenneth Faried was killing it in the second half of the season. That helped them get to the playoffs, and they can't spell Kenneth Faried. And Faried and his family took it personal to the point where I'm going to be careful because I don't want to get in any trouble. It was a lot of bad blood between Faried and D'Antoni and some of the others in the organization. And they tried to put out it was about this. And Faried and his folks were like, no, it wasn't none of that. It was none of that. It was personal. And that's unfortunate because Faried gave them what the other bigs could not give them. And D'Antoni chose personalities over what gave us the best chance to win.
I want some energy. I want some production. If my guys, my regulars aren't giving it to me right now, hey man, just sit down. That's why we got a bench. That's always been my thought process. So just give them what you got for 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yep. And I get it. Not everybody's bench was like Golden State's was a couple years ago. I'm reminded of Perry Clark, basketball coach at Tulane. Perry Clark take 5 out, putting 5 more in. And those 5 more, a lot of folks always say, oh, yeah, they could be starters on any team. They could be starters on any team because they got those valuable game time, real-time minutes. They grew into that. They weren't already that. A lot of those guys got better by being on the court in meaningful game time minutes to the point where it became a real thing. And there are NBA coaches like Budenholzer and others that don't even think like that. And again, man, just like we talk about name, image, and likeness, some of these traditional ways of handling things that don't lead to NBA championships, we got to move on from some of that stuff.
I agree. And if the game, we've heard in sports, the game is not won or lost in the first quarter. Okay, if that's the case, give me some energy from the Nationals. Go get what you got in this first quarter, these last 2 minutes of the first quarter.
Right.
I got 36 minutes left after this first quarter. I would hope the Nationals, the team does not completely crater in the last 2 minutes or whatever 2 minutes he plays in that first quarter, and we still got a chance to get back in. He might provide a spark. He might give us what we need, what we've been missing.
That's my point. That is my point. And
that's not the mentality.
Yeah, who do you think is going to be in his ear saying, hey, man, do this. Now, when you roll this way, look for that. But Giannis himself, I'm not saying Giannis is not going to do that for the other players, but you definitely know he's going to do it for his little brother. So, I'm just saying. I'll leave it alone. Kris, we got to get ready to go. Do me a favor. Tell everybody where they can find you and follow you and all the great stuff you got coming on. And I need the phone number for the 3 Dudes Talking Sports. And I called you out yesterday. I'm going to tell you that after you say your stuff.
Well, just tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time on Facebook and YouTube, Houston Roundball Review. Three folks, because at some point, if I got to give Valencia on somebody, I got to get some women on Talking Sports. So I will do that.
That's why I called you out. I said, tell Kris to stop telling us that it's going to be a woman come on and get somebody on that show, because he's starting to sound like the Portland Trailblazers and the Boston Celtics and all them. Go ahead and get it done, man. Who's number you need? I got him right here.
So, I think she's going on vacation, but I'll go reach out to Valencia first. So send me her number. I'll work on that, and then I'll just get some other folks. I mean, I got one person in mind, but she's too busy. So, on that. But yeah, HoustonRoundballReview.com, thehrr.com, Houston Roundball Review on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter is the HR Review. Visit the website, links to our podcasts, articles, videos, my Fanatics apparel. Brother, you need to go ahead and get your NTA gear through my links on the website, as well as the Disney Plus bundle, all those things. I'm affiliated of all of those. Trying to got those revenue streams, man. Just trying to be like you, AJ. So
get them, black man. Get them.
Houston Roundball Review, been around since 1994. Local name, national perspective.
Great article or conversation that you had. Was that with the women's basketball coach at U of H? You bumped into him?
Ronald Huey, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good stuff, man. That's what I love about you, man. A story will pop off for you just anywhere. And I like that about you, man. Real dude. So, Kris, you guys have fun tomorrow. I'll be checking y'all out. I got an off night for tomorrow, so I will definitely be checking y'all out. I told Willie I was going to photobomb y'all or jump on the stream or something and talk some noise, so don't be blocking me and deleting me.
We'll see.
Love you, man. We'll talk to you later, Kris.
Okay, man. Love you too, man. Bye-bye.
All right, Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. Good stuff. I got to get Sybil Wilkes on with what you need to know. Had fun on the show today. Hope y'all didn't mind my energy. I'm excited for these young people. This name, image, and likeness stuff is a huge wall that came tumbling down. And for those who feel like it's going to be the end of college sports as we know it, good. I want it to be. I don't mind that. That's the anarchist in training in me. And for all the Dabo Sweeney likes, I'm just going to tell you, you can't control this one anymore. So as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Wash your hands, wear your mask where you're supposed to. Be sensitive to those around you. And when you see that racism, kill it. Not the player, but the racism. All right, got to go. Talk to y'all later.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Many Americans need to be reminded there is still a pandemic in this country, and millions of Americans are still struggling to feed and clothe families, stay in their homes, and find jobs. Those ignoring the reality include Republican governors of at least 25 states who began ending at least one or all federal unemployment programs set up during the pandemic. As a result of the decisions to curtail the extra payments, citizens in the states of Indiana, Maryland, and Texas have filed lawsuits against their governors to continue the benefits. With new infections outpacing vaccinations, health officials are expressing concern that the more transmissible Delta variant of the coronavirus will soon become the dominant strain in the U.S. This is prompting some officials to issue a new mask guidance. World Health Organization officials are urging fully
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
Are you ready?
All right, y'all. Sorry for cutting Sybil Wilkes. I've had to get the show started on time. But again, as always, not this, definitely this. Congratulations, young man over at Jackson State, and all you young men and women out there. Get your chicken right. Get your mentals right, but keep your chicken right, too. All right, y'all. Talk to you tomorrow for Freestyle Friday. Black College Experience, Keisha Kelly, going to be joining me tomorrow. So I'll talk to y'all later.